Hello, hello, hello. What ho? Welcome back to another exciting adventure of The Plain Truth. I'm your host, Travis Finley. We have an amazing video right here that is going to blow your mind because this is demonstrable evidence that the mainstream science is incorrect, and we, that is SKYFREE, I, the missing research, wide awake, Heath Carmody, Pablo's dog, BMLSB69, and others have been collecting evidence and data and observations to provide an alternative explanation for the alleged interpretation that boats disappear into the horizon over the curvature of the Earth. That alternate explanation is that it is the condition of the medium through which you are looking that causes both obstruction and extension of your visibility. And it is never Earth curved. It never looks curved. It never looks convex. It never looks concave. It never does. That medium through which you are looking is affectionately known as the ether band. Everybody drink. Okay, this is Skyview, and they just put this video out, and I just got done watching it and thinking about it, so I'm going to go through this a bit. You guys can see my mouse. Here is the limit to the floor. Here is the sky. Here is the floor. Here is the twilight zone, where darkness and light come together. This is clearly above the light. Okay, clearly above. So what this says to me is that this light here is closer to us on the floor, and the floor continues to go beyond. Okay, it's just a note.
As we open the door.
So now they're going to open the outside door.
The object appears to sink.
And the light is going to disappear. Now, do this for yourself. Look at the horizon here. And look at the horizon here. Here it's higher, here it's lower. Here it's higher, here it's lower. The light isn't the only thing that's displaced. And it's not displaced downward. The entire horizon drops. Boop. This is now a false horizon because it is created by refraction, which is what happens in a mirage over distance. Okay? You with me so far? This isn't being displaced downward. We just had the medium roll in and block shit out. Think of the medium coming in as if it was water. Okay? Water comes in, swallows up the light, and the water also extends along the surface. Remember, this isn't high, this isn't low. This isn't up, this isn't down. This is farther away, this is closer. If you don't understand that, you don't belong in this argument. You don't belong making comments, snide comments of whatever. Okay, this is very simple. I decoded this within a matter of, probably an hour, because I went back, looked over, made comments, went back, looked over. Okay? All right? Now,
here is another look, slowed down. Perspective.
Here is the laser that is shining beyond the first camera. So here what we're going to do here is this observer is camera 1. This observer is camera 2, and it's elevated. Okay, it's elevated. You with me so far? So what I'm going to suggest right now is that here is like Casey is on the beach with her camera, and this is an oil platform out on the water, and she can see it. And Sean is up on this elevated place looking at this target, because this is the line of sight to the observer, so Sean can see it. Both Sean at his elevated position and Casey can see it, right? You understand what that means, right? She has a direct line of sight over an extended surface to a target. He has a direct line of sight over an extended surface to that target. They both have, that means that it's not over the curve for her. It's not over a curve for her. So that when she can't see it, it doesn't go over the curve. It's refraction. This is what we say all the time, that we are able to see farther over the extended surface with an elevated position. Why? Because the angle of observation for the human eye is limited and the conditions of the medium create obstruction, distortion, and displacement. And that's about as simple as this gets. I really don't think I need to go any farther. Only to reiterate that this part right here, because now they're slowing it down, okay? As they slow it down, here comes the displacement and the distortion. The light is not only going to be displaced, it's also going to diminish and disappear. So it's not like it gets displaced and then is still visible. It gets swallowed up by the medium. Okay, I'm going to go forward one frame at a time-ish. Okay, so now this isn't bending the light down. This is the medium coming in and swallowing up the light. Okay, so for Casey, the target just disappears and is replaced by the refraction of the medium. She can't see through it. However, we know that this light here is not being displaced downward. It's not being displaced downward. How do we know this? Because this light raises up.
Laser light on the bucket from camera 2's perspective.
I think I forgot to show you this part.
The light active.
Yeah, okay, so here you go, right? So now this is the same moment from two different camera angles, and this part is being raised up, okay? It's being compressed and it's being displaced upward. Now, I think that this is the reflection of the light on the floor. Okay, so the floor basically is being, or the image itself is being raised up, or whatever, how you want to say it. When we go back to this part, the medium is coming in. It's doing multiple things at once, not just one thing. It's swallowing up the light, but then as the medium comes in and it is too dense, the light has no direction to go but up, not down. The denser medium is lower, then the light should go lower. If that's the case, so should the target. You cannot have one thing do two things at the same time. The light can't be bending down and raising up. That's absurd. You realize that, right? And Casey and Sean are not making that claim. They're just simply restating the science because that's what's there. But we are all here testing that science, and I'm trying to express the way I think that this is working. It seems to me that when we make these observations like this, all we have is an observation. I'm looking and I'm offering an alternative explanation, which is just as viable as some, and mine is actually more consistent with logic, because if you have the target here, if you have the target here and you have the observation here, and the light of the target is pushed up because of the conditions of the medium and the target raises up, that's consistent. That makes sense. It makes no sense that something is dropped down. Oh, but then it's right. That makes your... So, in my opinion, this demonstrates conclusively, because we have two different lines of sight to the same target at the same time, visible, visible, not visible, still visible, no curvature. No curvature for you. I'm done. Thanks, SKYFREE. You guys rock. You're beautiful people. And I'm getting all choked up. Stop looking at me.